Hey everybody, and welcome back to another book review. So I just finished the newer release book from Melissa Fergusen called How to Plot a Payback. This book, I think I've talked about the book club before that I'm in with some family friends of my husband and my in-laws. And this was the first book that they picked for the year for us to read. It was awful. It's I don't really like the hallmarky, gimmicky, light-hearted writing. I want something that is a little bit more realistic. And in terms of Melissa Fergusen, I think this is the second book, maybe the third book that I've read from her. And I felt just like this was a throwaway book. So the book follows Finn, who is a screenwriter in Hollywood. He is taking a chance at getting promoted. He eventually becomes an executive producer, and he takes this job on this TV series that has been running for 10 years with the person that he considers his arch nemesis, and her name is Lavender. She is just, your stereotypical Hollywood lady, but she is kind of getting over being pigeonholed into a specific type, and so she's really wanting to get out of it, but she hasn't told anybody that, but Finn can just read that on her because he's known her for so long. And even though they hadn't really interacted or talked or whatever for about 10 years when the book starts, he and her kind of form a little bit of a friendship in his effort to try and get revenge and all of that against her for all the things that he feels like she's done to him over their years of from childhood to adulthood. And he keeps this running list, this running tally of things that she's done to him, such as it started when they were in middle school, high school, and she left the trap door open during the play that they were in, and he fell through and broke his ankle and broke the ladder or something like that caused a nail to go through his foot or whatever. So there's that. That's what starts the whole thing. And then inevitably other things happen throughout time. One of the bigger ones is that she convinces his long-term girlfriend to break up with him. But it happened the day that he was going to propose. So he's got all of these built up anger things with her. And it's just, it was so predictable. We know they're going to wind up together. The whole enemies to lovers trope. They're going to wind up together. It was very just cliche. It was very basic. There was no depth to characters. Definitely a story that you could absolutely see being Netflix or Hallmark or whatever. But it would be a cheap throwaway, it's not worth it. It was not good in any sense of the word good. And it's also just, not really a style that I enjoy reading. I don't enjoy a lot of contemporary books that are like this because there's no meat to them. And, some people would be like, oh, maybe you like something, more like Bridgerton because it's historical fiction or whatever. I do love historical fiction, but I don't like smut at all. So, I wouldn't want something like that. I do like that Melissa Fergusen is nice and clean. There's, not really a ton of cussing. There's, no sex scenes or violence or anything like that. It's real basic. But at the same time, just because you write more clean doesn't mean that your characters can't have depth to them, and these characters were just so surface level, and it just really felt like she didn't even try in writing this book. So yeah, overall I give it a 1. It was just terrible. I did finish it because book club and discussions, and it was an easy read, so able to breeze through it very quickly, but it's not my cup of tea, not for me. So if you like things that are super super basic, this is for you. But outside of that, it's really not that good. And also just, I think the other thing that like really got me was in terms of, it's called How to Plot a Payback, and Finn, the main guy, he is plotting, this revenge over and over again, and it just never goes the way he wants it to. So like he winds up just feeling guilty about the whole thing, but it's not even like good revenge. Like he's like, I'm gonna plot this payback or whatever, and it's just like, really, that's what you came up with? Like, you could have come up with so many other options, so many other things, and he just doesn't. So there's that level of it that I'm just like meh with. So yeah, we can do better, authors. That's what it boils down to. And it's also just that because, like I just came off of reading some really great books. So of course there's going to be one in there that just isn't good. And this just happened to be the one that's not good. So there you have it. That's all I have for this book review. We're trying a new setup, I should say. As you guys may have noticed, the bookshelves behind me. I think I mentioned way back in January, or at the end of the year, end of December, I think, that I finally purchased some new bookshelves so I could actually put my books away. My books they'd gone from the pile by the bed of the reading to the pile by the very small bookshelves. And I was just out of space. And so I got new bookshelves. There's actually more that you can't really see, off to the side, but I got new bookshelves, and we're still playing around with the layout and everything in here, but the upside is that I can always add to the bookshelves, and I just love that there's so much more space. And I've got 9 rows to fill, so we've got tons of books to fill. I figured I can do a lot of my recording out here now, instead of in our room. And so hopefully you guys will continue to follow me on the journey, as always. But I just wanted to share my new space. So there you have it. As always, please feel free to like, comment, share, subscribe if that is your fancy. And of course, if you have any book suggestions, feel free to comment. And I look forward to seeing you in the next book review. Bye.